Hello, America. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to my review of 90 Day the Other Way, Season 1, Episode Who Knows? The camera looks off. I want to let you all know that I do make jewelry. You can check it out in the pinned comment or in the description box below. This will be a fast review because I have to do another one and then I have to edit these and then I have to go, okay? So we see Tiffany. Tiffany is stressing out, and Ronald never thought that he'd be in the casino again. Tiffany says everything that he's done to her from the past starts rushing back. She tells his mother, and his mother says that, well, since he's on a time limit and he has something that he needs to do, this won't stray him. This won't, whatever. Anyway, of course, he calls and he says, I got your father. Obviously, he didn't have a chance to gamble while the father was there. And Tiffany says that she's depending on him to be a good husband and a father 100% of the time, and this is a step in the right direction. It's literally one day. Um, so everyone is getting ready for the wedding, and Ronald says that the future is uncertain, but they'll handle it when they get there. And the new him is ready to be a father figure to Daniel and ready to get married. Okay. So we see Tiffany. Her face always looks pretty, but her dress was really ugly. Him not gambling earlier made her confident that he can continue to make decisions like this. Uh, she doesn't really know what she's getting herself into, and it's a huge leap of faith, but she loves him, okay? So, blah, blah, blah. I'm not pronouncing man and wife. They're finally married. I'm like, am I watching Married at First Sight? Because I'm not trying to sit up here and watch somebody get married. They're married. Daniel says that he's very happy about it. He's been waiting years for them to get married, and it's a big responsibility having to listen to two parents. So, she says, even though we had our wedding and everything, it's still, uncertain where we're going to live, where we're going to be, blah, blah, blah. But, we have to do what's best for our family. This is what I'm trying to figure out. Girl, don't act like this man ain't got no criminal record and you might have to stay your ass in South Africa because of that. Not because you want to do what's best for your family. You don't have the option to come to the United States, I don't think. Because if you did have the option, you'd be here. Don't play with me. Okay, so we see Laura and Aladdin, sorry. They're still fighting over the vibrator. She says that he should be concerned with her sexual pleasure since, he's having the sex with her. Aladdin takes her to the market to get something for Ramadan. He wants her to have some more traditional clothing. And it seems like she doesn't know anything about his culture, which is so weird to me because you fell in love with a man from a whole different culture and you know nothing about it. So it's really, really weird to me. Anyway, she says that she doesn't want a society that dictates what she wears. And he gets her an abaya. I think that's how you pronounce it. And she puts it on. She says in the abaya she feels fat and she feels like this may be one step that he's taken to make her subservient to him, and that's not going to happen. She says that she's seen a very conservative side to Aladdin that she's never seen before, and they are on their way to meet his boss. Laura says that she's very nervous because she doesn't know how to act because women have to act a certain way. So Aladdin says that only shake his hand if he wants to shake your hand. If he doesn't have his hands out, don't do it and just say hello. So they go meet the boss. The boss is sitting there chilling with his old birds and shit. And these birds are worth $1 million in his currency, which is $275,000 US. And the boss tells Laura that men can marry four wives legally, and they don't even have to tell the wives about it. Laura feels blindsided because obviously Aladdin never said anything about that, so she's wondering, if he thinks that that's acceptable behavior because it's definitely not. Okay. Laura says that since he's been raised in this culture, maybe he thinks that this is something that's acceptable, and something that he views as normal, but it's not. I mean, but in his culture it is. So I don't really know what to say. So we see Devin. Devin went to the doctor and she Skypes Ji-hoon to tell her that to tell him that her blood pressure and the baby's blood pressure are extremely high and they need to take the baby out because the baby could have a stroke, she could have a stroke, the baby could die, she could die. So he's like really concerned. He's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I just need to stay calm. The doctor told me to be a calm motherfucker, so that's what I'm trying to do." She asks him if he can change his ticket. He says that he can't because he'll lose money and he'll just come 2 weeks after, like he planned to. She feels disappointed by this because she told him not to book his ticket so far in advance because the baby could come at any moment. And she is questioning his commitment to them since he'll miss the birth of their child. But I mean, girl, do you have $6,000? Let's say it's $6,000. You have $6,000 for him to throw away on one ticket to get a whole new ticket today? Like, no, that makes no sense. So shut up. Just let him come when he comes, okay? This is what you get for procreating with someone who lives all the way over there. You can't even see where I'm pointing, but he lives all the way over there. That's what you get. But that's the end of their story. So we see Cory. Cory is going to interact with the locals to prove to Evelyn that he is, able to be there. And as he's walking back to Evelyn or to the bar, this man calls him by Evelyn's ex's name. And so he's like, "No, I'm Cory. That was Evelyn's ex from a long time ago." So he goes to confront Evelyn because he says, "I've been here on and off for 5 years and people still don't know my name." And she says, "Well, it's because all white people look alike." Girl, all white people may look alike, but you, bitch, you getting on my fucking nerves, okay? So she's really basically gaslighting him like, "Look, Cory, I don't really want to talk about this. She in the confessional talking about my ex is really smart, really funny, and everybody in the town really loved him." So Cory says, "Well, you already hurt me before," and apparently she said that they were on a break. He said that they weren't on a break. It's a thin line between a break and a relationship. And her ex came into town. She didn't know that her ex was going to come into town, and he asked, "Are they still friends on social media?" She says yes, because they've known each other for so long. He says, "Y'all were together for 2 years. Like, how long have y'all known each other? Like, what the fuck are you talking about?" He says it's always been a problem, and he's told her multiple times. The boyfriend has told Evelyn multiple times that he's still in love with her, and Cory says, "Well, I know what the boyfriend wants, blah blah blah," and she says, "Listen, Cory, I don't really want to talk about this anymore." She doesn't like for it to be brought up because when Cory brings it up, she feels bad for what she did. So Cory agrees not to bring it up anymore, which makes me angry. But Cory is like, "I agree not to bring it up anymore because I'm running out of time, and if I want to stay here, I need to propose to her, and I need for her to get married to me." Y'all, Cory is just really, he really needs love, or he really needs a slap in the face, because he really needs to wake up because he's acting really fucking stupid. So last but not least, we see Paul and Karine. They take a look at a house. The first house that they take a look at, I'm trying to figure out why he looking at houses when this nigga could be deported or is supposed to be in the United States right at this moment. But they go look at houses. The house is $1,170 US, and that's too expensive for Paul's broke ass. Even though the house is really nice, it has air conditioning, blah blah blah. So Karine is like, "This is too much. We need a sensible house. We need something that's nice. We need something that's not going to break the bank because you don't have any money." So they go look at this house that is 1,000 her currency, but $260 in American money. But I was so confused because it was so much toys and everything in there, and I'm like, are they going to clean this house? Or I was I was so confused. Um, Paul says that he doesn't really like the house. It's small, it's hot, it's bugged. Karine is like, I like the house. He's like, well, I'm not staying here. She's like, but you broke. You broke. You broke. You broke. You broke. So what are you talking about? You ain't got no damn money. And she's like, listen, just go your ass back to America. And he's like, oh, okay, so you want a divorce? You want a divorce? And she's like, it's always drama with your ass. Whatever, Paul. And she leaves, okay? So they get back to the mother's house. Obviously, the mother doesn't like him, and she doesn't like him even more because they've been arguing. Um, the mother wants to know why Paul wants a DNA test. Paul says he only wants a DNA test and if the embassy will ask for one, and not, how he was asking for a DNA test all that time, and making her feel like a bitch. So Karine says, well, you still want the DNA test. And she hands him his phone and hands him her phone to translate it. Paul is writing, and then he sees a text, and he's like, who is this person that you're texting in English? When I tell you, Karine snatched that phone back so quick, and she like, Paul, let it go. Let it go. The story is that the man that she's texting's mother loves Karine like a daughter, so he is like a brother. Girl, I don't know. Anyway, Karine says the men help, and he's like, help how? And she's like, financially. And Paul is like, I've never talked to women like this. And she's like, I'm not talking to them like this. I'm just talking, like, and they help me financially. And I don't know. This has always been a troublesome thing in their relationship, considering that, she always been talking to American men. And Karine says that he's scared that she'll talk to somebody who'll treat her better than him, and he'll leave her. And then he's like, I wouldn't. So you okay if I go out and talk to other Brazilian women? And she's like, yeah, because I'm not talking to them like in a sexual way. So then he's like, look, I don't want you talking to Jeremy or whoever. And as soon as he said Jeremy, she got her ass up, and she was like, you know what, Paul? Fuck you. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, damn, Karine, girl, I ain't knocking your hustle from getting money from these niggas. I'm really not. I'm not at all. But at least do it a little bit more inconspicuously. Like, anyway, I know this was a quick review, but I said it was gonna be a quick review. We didn't see Jenny. We didn't see who else. I guess we've seen everybody else. I can't remember. There's so many people on this damn show. But anyway, I have another review to do. So if you like this review, you can like, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Everything else you need to know about me will be down below. My name is Brielle. I make beats. I sing songs. If you like what you see, come on along. Bye.